So a couple nights ago, I went and saw Suffragrette and recorded a video as soon as I got home. And I didn't listen to it, so I didn't realize that there's horrible interference on the volume and you can't hear anything I'm saying. And nobody pointed it out until today, so thanks, guys. I have no idea what I said in that video because I was really late at night and it was Tuesday. So I'm going to try to remember my initial thoughts on the film. I really love this film. I think you should go see it. It comes out on October 23rd in the United States and October 30th, I think, in England. It's set in 1912, and it's about the women's suffrage movement in England. That is a very important point because the American suffragette movement is very different and has a very rocky racial history, as most things in America do. And so you're not going to see some things that you would think you would see if you're expecting a history of American suffragette movement, because it's not. It's in England, and it's about the Carey Mulligan character is a composite character of several women whose diaries and things that the women who produced and wrote this, Sarah Gavron directed it. She did a lot of the research. Abby Morgan also did some research. She has written, she created The Hour. I love The Hour, so you should just go see this because it's Abby Morgan. But anyways, Sarah Gavron did all this research, and she found out, she read diaries and excerpts and all kinds of things from these very poor working women who were basically the foot soldiers for the suffragettes. Like, the famous suffragettes were the rich, ladies and stuff, but the foot soldiers were really the ones that did a lot of the groundwork, and they were very poor, and they were from a class in England that are born into poverty over and over and over again, and part of how they are unable to escape is because women's voices were muffled. Women's voices were their husband or their brother or their father, depending on their marital status. And this movie really shows that even the rich women, everything that they have is, if it becomes their husbands if they get married or whatever, and really shows you why someone like Queen Elizabeth I never got married, because she didn't want to give any of her sovereignty to a man. So it's a movie. I was talking the other day to a coworker, and I was telling them that sort of intense-wise, it reminded me of 12 Years a Slave, in that it's very relentless in the shit that happens, and it batters you over and over and over again with these terrible things. But at the same time, it's not like torture porn or anything. It's just letting you really know this is the kind of shit that went down. And surprisingly, it's PG-13. It was really intense, and I was expecting it to be rated R, and then I saw the rating, and I was like, whoa. Carey Mulligan's amazing. Meryl Streep's literally in it for 30 seconds, to get financing. She's good, but don't go in there expecting to see Meryl Streep. I wish I knew what I said for the other 3 minutes of that video that I'm going to delete, because you can't hear it. But this is a great film, and I definitely, it's a film that's written, directed, produced, starring women. It's for women. It's a part of history that, there was a Q&A afterwards, and all the women were talking about how they, these are 40, 45-year-old women, none of them learned anything about this in history, because women's history and the way women shaped the changes in most countries is very often not recorded, and then even if it is recorded, it's not deemed important enough to teach in schools, and I just think that is the most bullshit. So it's sad that we have to get our history in movies, but the great thing about movies is that once something like this has been made and it does well, people can go out and learn more. Men, women, everybody can learn more, and then more stories like this can get told, and more untold histories of women and of people of color can get made, and more people can learn, because more people learn from cinema, or at least get the idea to go learn more by seeing something in a movie than any other art, form of media in the United States. I mean, in the world, I think, but definitely in the United States. I think the fact that we just ignore the impact that media has is insane, and we need more films like this telling stories that weren't told, and telling stories that don't even get like the little featured box in your history books, so that you're prompted to know more, and then hopefully you take the next step and learn more. So this was Sarah Gavron's Suffragrette. I'm sorry that my first video, the sound's all messed up. I don't know what happened. Actually, it was really hot. It was probably my fan, now that I think about it. It's probably blowing right into the speaker. Anyways, go see Suffragrette in October. It's really, really good.